Yes. Oh, and I deserve that too. Them folks trying to steal my dough. I've earned that dough. I earned that dough. Hey folks, Curious Cobb here, and today we're giving an intro to Gathering in New World. I hope you enjoy. Your first experience of Gathering in New World will actually happen as soon as you land on the beach. There'll be flint lying around on the shore, and then as you walk up the beach onto the grassy areas, you'll find bushes. And between the flint and the greenwood you get from the bushes, you'll need these materials to craft tools. Now you'll need these tools for gathering because these will help you actually farm from the nodes that you'll see around the world. So just go ahead and make them straight away. Okay, so when you find your first nodes that you can actually use your tools to gather from, like I just did with that tree, this is the part where you get to experience New World's gathering system up close. Now, these nodes, these exist throughout the world, whether they're trees or metal veins or whatever. And these are real in-world fixtures that when you farm from them, when you gather from them, they actually change the world like this tree just got felled now. Now, I'm waiting here to see what the respawn timer is, and this one's around 8 minutes. Times do seem to vary, but that's about average. Now, it's really important to remember that not all these nodes are the same. So, for example, I run over to this tree and it's a young tree and I can hack it down. You can also see that it's actually thinner than this one, which is also a young tree, which I can also cut down. So it's always important to make sure you check them, because on the other hand, I run over to these trees over here, and these are actually called mature trees. So these actually require a logging skill of 50, which I'm not at yet. So while we're talking about logging, let's just briefly mention the wood that you get from it. This wood is used as primary building material for a lot of different stuff. Furniture is a big one, and indeed certain weapon types. So think about like spears with wooden shafts, bows and arrows, those sorts of things. So this is very common and very required item. It's definitely worth getting your logging skill up. Next up, we've got harvesting. Harvesting is about plants on the ground. You can see that they're scattered around the world like this one is, and some of them are really bright and colorful, like the Dragon Glory. Others are slightly less interesting, like potatoes and stuff, but all of them are really valuable for different reasons. Most of the big fancy ones, like these Dragon Glories, are used in things like potions and making magic items. And obviously, a lot of the other harvesting ones, like potatoes and things, are used in food, both of which hugely, hugely valuable. Skinning is somewhat unique because it's the only gathering skill that requires you to kill mobs in order to be able to complete it. So you go around killing beasts like this puma, for example, or wolves or bears. You run up to the body, you start skinning it, and then from that you'll yield a rawhide, which you can then later craft into proper leathers. These are commonly used in clothing, but also in manufacturing some weapons. When it comes to mining, you'll start off with just hacking up boulders, but eventually you'll be able to hack down these veins. So in this case, an iron vein, and there's lots of different kinds of veins too. These will yield ores, and these ores can be smelted into ingots, and that can then be used for manufacture of metal goods. And you know what that means in New World? That means weapons and armor. A very important profession. And yeah, that's it. There's no more gathering professions. Wait, what? They put fishing in this game? Oh no. Okay, in all seriousness, the fishing's actually pretty good fun. You gotta stand near some water, you go into fishing mode by pressing F3, which brings out your rod. You can choose to attach bait or not, and then you cast it in. If you get a good cast, then that helps, and if you have good bait, then that helps. And by helps, I mean gets you better stuff. And then when you actually catch the fish, it ends up having a little bit of a fight with you. It's a nice little mini game, and fish is great for cooking, so it's wonderful for that. It's just really slow. Okay, we're back in town again, and we're going to talk about buffs. So the more attribute points you put into the different attributes, the more you'll help your gathering professions. So for example, I've been piling points into dexterity in this build, and I've already hit the 50-point mark, which gives me a 10% bonus to my skinning speed, which is fantastic. And every 50 points, you'll get another boost. So in this case, for example, I actually get a haste bonus. And that just keeps getting better and better. I get a decrease in the weight of the skinned items. I actually gain another 10% skinning speed, and it goes on and on and on, which is cool. And for each of the different attribute trees, there's other focuses on different ones. So strength for mining, intelligence is harvest speed, Focus helps with fishing because we like fishing when we're healers, and constitution is all based on logging. Another way to increase your efficiency with gathering is to use luck. There are items that actually have luck perks already on them, but also you can make items and actually infuse them with the luck perk by using resources like this one, for example, the verbena flower. This one will give you the Adored Harvesting luck perk, which gives you a 5% chance at finding rare items when you harvest. So this is a great way to be able to increase your abilities when it comes to harvesting. Another way to increase your luck is through cooking. So you can make a bunch of different types of food, and you can see here a massive old list of the recovery foods and strength foods and dexterity foods, so things that are associated with your attributes. If you scroll on down to the trade skills section, you'll see a range of different foods that you can make that will give you additional luck for different gathering professions. This one is cooked corn. This one focuses on your harvesting skill. There are other ones there for logging, skinning, and all of the different gathering skills too. So have a little look through, find the ones that are useful to you. And once you got the ingredients, just go ahead and make it, you equip it, you eat it, and then you get a standing buff. And usually these last around 20 minutes, depending on the recipe. So do that before you go out for a big trip of gathering, and you'll get extra stuff. So that was just a really quick intro to gathering. I hope it was useful, and see you again next time.